Oops. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the webinar. Thanks for coming out on this Saturday morning in November. Prime time for selling some stuff online. I am going to dive right in here because I don't like keeping you guys all day because I know you got stuff to do on a Saturday. So 2 questions to start off. Number 1, can you hear me? And number 2, can you see my screen? If you can give me a 1 in the chat box, just let me know. That would be wonderful. Awesome. Holy crap, there's a lot of people on here. Right on. All right, Myron, Keith, Timothy, Finger, Ben, DK, Pierce. How's it going, buddy? Dana, Allison, or Alicia, sorry. Preston, Andy. Man, wow. No sound. James says no sound. Is there sound? Can you hear me? It's showing properly on my end. Loud and clear? Okay, James, check your settings on your computer. They might be off a little bit. We have sound, we have video. I've started the recording. I didn't screw it up this time. That's awesome. So let's dive in. So why are we doing a boot camp? What the heck? Why, Will? What are you doing, man? Well, number 1, 70% of revenue is generated from now until Christmas. So I had a guy ask me the other day, isn't it too late to do this? And I'm like, no, this is prime time to do this. We're coming up on Black Friday next week. This is awesome. This is when you can launch a lot of stuff that might not work the rest of the year. And right now it'll work because people want to buy. They want to buy because they want to give gifts. And we want to take advantage of that with the gift angle. So why? Because of that. And also, I love doing these because they motivate the hell out of me. I love this because I do it right along with you guys. So I make a lot of money this time of the year too. And when I can do it with a group and bring them along with me, it's awesome. So if you stay until the end, I'm going to give you guys something special. Okay? But real quick, why do you do this stuff? Okay, so there's more to life than sitting alone on your computer making money. Helping others succeed is almost more rewarding to me. Okay, making money is one thing, it's wonderful, but we live kind of an isolated life as entrepreneurs. So I just wanted to show you this. This is from my last course. A guy, Michael, he hit over 10,000 in sales. And he said, just want to share a milestone, hit 10,000 in revenue today. Most of that was made in the last 28 days. Special thanks to Will. Launched my first campaign. This was back in July when I launched this course. After watching the course that he put together, for all the new folks, I found the following 2 points helpful. Okay, you're not losing money, you're buying data. You don't need to launch. If you do not give up for long enough, you win. Okay, and then Ben, I think Ben's on here. He posted that for me too, so I put that on there. Friday milestone motivation, awesome. System works. So this is from the course that I've done, but the boot camp is an extension of the course. Okay, and then Cedric, to everyone in the group, I will highly recommend the course. Okay, he failed for 3 years, purchased so many courses, I can tell the good from the bad. Purchased the course a couple months ago, and as of today, I had my first $1,000 day. Don't ask because I don't post screenshots. You wouldn't believe them anyway. My weakness was with FB ads, Facebook ads. For the first time, I decided not to second guess him and do exactly what he's teaching, whether it makes sense to me or not. I love this guy. I'm not an affiliate. I don't sell necklaces on GearBubble. This is the best course I've seen so far. He's not selling bullshit because I follow other high earners and he's on the same page as them. Will is just a better teacher. This is fourth quarter time. Get it now. So he's referring to my course, but like I said, the course is an extension. The boot camp is an extension of the course. The boot camp is like the course live with a couple of new techniques and new things, but the key is the accountability part of it. So that's why I do it. Okay, for stuff like that, just makes my day. I love seeing stuff like that, and that's why I'm doing a Christmas boot camp too, because I want more of those posted in the group. So we've got a dedicated group for this boot camp that I'll show you, but that's why I'm doing it. So who am I? I'm going to go through this really quick. Most of you already know me, some may not. That's me. I got 5 kids. I live in London, Ontario, Canada. Founded that site, trained over 10,000 marketers. I'm a veteran in the online advertising world. I learned a lot over the years, but as you know, it wasn't always good times. I started out 9 to 5. I was doing stock and option trades for TD Ameritrade. I took the graveyard shift. Less calls meant more time to explore online and figure this stuff out. Stumbled onto my first mentor. He taught me the lead generation business using Google AdWords and Yahoo Overture back in the day. I had a very big payout back in 2005. This was like actually one of the smallest checks. You got to squint, but it's about $17,489.53. We didn't even have like cameras on our phones back then, so it was crazy. And that was all generated doing lead generation. Secured loans in the UK, selling them to loan companies and banks, and I'm in Canada. So now I focus on Facebook ads. Because the credit crisis hit and my leads that were kicking butt were now worthless. Nobody was buying them. It sucked. I had all this knowledge, but I couldn't do anything with it. So I shifted to what's called CPA offers or cost per action offers. Those are things like email submits and promoting like dating sites and stuff like that. I even got to the point where I opened up my own CPA network at one point, and I had like 8 account managers and 1 business manager working for me. And I got stung by 2 offers on a dating site, and they screwed me over for a large amount of money. So I shifted gears again. I started teaching people how to do it on my own membership site. That's the PPC Coach site. And I almost sold that baby for about 2 million, which was a crazy number. And back then it was even crazier. And then Google AdWords decided, well, we don't like affiliate marketers anymore, so we are going to ban all their accounts. And I'm like, oh crap, that sucks, because I'm teaching these guys how to do this on AdWords. I've got a whole crap ton of training done on the forums, on the coaching site, and now it's gone. And so my member's like, okay, well, Will, we're not going to pay you like $50 a month for you to be a member when we can't do this stuff anymore. And I'm like, yeah, that hurts. It hurt a lot. I was devastated. Okay, I fell into like depression. I was supposed to retire, but then I had an epiphany. I'm like, you know what? Why not just, instead of these stupid CPA offers, why not sell real physical products using Facebook ads and print on demand companies? And I say print on demand because I don't like customer service. Those that know me know how much I despise it. I can't stand the emails. And I know you can outsource it. And at one point I did. I had a partner in a Shopify site, and we outsourced the customer service. And it was like, we had to answer the questions for the customer service rep to answer to the customer. And it was driving me bonkers. I didn't like it. So I switched to print on demand because I hand off the customer service to them. And so they can deal with it. All I do is make awesome stuff and sell it. They handle the fulfillment and the customer support. So then I figured, well, let's promote these things with Facebook ads. But I was told back years ago that no. People are on Facebook just to socialize. You can't sell them anything. And for a while I believed it. And then I'm like, you know what? I need to try this. And I did, and it worked. So I came back, and I've sold well over $1 million and counting online with like physical products like hoodies, necklaces, t-shirts. I'm even getting into canvas prints, coffee mugs, all that stuff. And I did it all with Facebook ads. So it's awesome. So the old saying goes, those who can't do teach. Well, not me. Over the years, I've become a Facebook ads expert. I do this for a living with my own money. I'm not an agency guy spending other people's money and posting gigantic screenshots of their money that I'm spending. This is all my money out of my pocket. So I think I got a little bit more skin in the game. So I discovered this all the hard way, but you get to cheat and you get the easy way. If you want the easy way that avoids costly mistakes, give me a yes sir in the chat box, please. You guys are awesome. Oh, there's a commodity trader as a sideline. Wow. Holy crap. Okay, cool. Good. All right. So first, let's do a little exercise here. Imagine what you want. Take a second and picture it now. Like why? So you're on this call, this webinar, because you want something. You probably want success, but what do you really want? So imagine what your life will be like when, if you have a day job, you quit that thing. You pay off all your credit cards. You pay off your house. You can turn up the traffic anytime you want to bring in even more revenue, and you finally master Facebook ads. Okay, what we sell on Facebook it's important. It's very important that we have a good product, but mastering paid traffic in Facebook ads it's a very powerful thing to have in your back pocket because it allows you the ability to not have a boss and not have debt and maybe pay off your house if you're good enough at it, and maybe go on a nice trip with your family, whatever you want to do. Just imagine it. So picture that. So would those things make a difference to your life, your business, and your family? If you could do all that? It did for me. And it can for you too. So today, we're going to cover 3 things. And this is very simple. I love this webinar. This webinar is probably one of my favorite because I'm getting right to the point. And I'm going to demonstrate some stuff too. So what to sell is number 1. What the heck do you sell? Okay. So how to sell it is number 2. And how to ensure your success. So very simple. So let's dive in here. If you have questions, you guys have already been posting in the chat box. That's awesome. Love it. So if you do have them, I will peek over there once in a while. but if not, I'll hit them all up at the end. So type them as you go. If I don't get to you, don't feel offended. It's just because I'm on a roll with the webinar. So let's go to what to sell. Okay, here's your options. And this is from Gear Bubble because I love Gear Bubble. You guys know that. But you can do coffee mugs, necklaces, bracelets, shirts or hoodies. I prefer hoodies because the margin's a little bit bigger than a shirt. But a shirt can be used for a good loss leader campaign, okay, to build up an email list. We'll get to that later. Phone case, those don't really sell, honestly. Hats, I've never really done them. Beanies, nah. Pillowcases, I've seen a lot of those online, but I've never done them myself. Posters, don't really do them. All over prints, they're neat, but I don't think picture this. How many people do you see in your daily travels wearing an all over print? Unless the guy's got a big joint hanging out his mouth. Not too many, right? So it's neat to have, but I don't think it works. Leggings do work, but the all over print ones work a little bit better. I think Gear Bubble only has a side print one at the moment. These laser engraved necklaces do work, but I like these ones better, the necklaces up here. And now they have shot glasses and travel mugs and, canvas prints. Those are really neat. So those are the things you hang up on your wall, and people really love them. You can put pictures or motivational stuff or whatever on them, and it works very, very well. So what are my top three? My bread and butter is necklaces and hoodies, and I also throw in coffee mugs in there. Reason being, I'm not going to promote coffee mugs directly with paid traffic, but I use them as my upsell. So every time I set up a necklace or a hoodie, I always have an upsell as a coffee mug. And the upsell is usually the exact same design, but just on a different product. So somebody who buys, say, a necklace for their wife or for, I don't know, if they're into dogs, they're buying a dog one or cats. It doesn't have to be family stuff. I tend to do a lot of family stuff, but it doesn't have to be. Then you can put that exact same design on a coffee mug, and you can use it as an upsell. That works very well. Coffee mugs work awesome on places like Amazon and Etsy and eBay. So Gear Bubble also has the ability to fulfill those. They do Amazon and eBay automatically. They don't do Etsy automatically, which I wish they would because those customers drive me nuts over there. But those are my top three products. And as well, canvas prints. They're also really good. They're a little bit more difficult to sell for a beginner or somebody who doesn't have much cash flow because they're a lot more expensive versus the other ones. And when you're on Facebook trying to sell somebody something, if you're trying to sell it for $150, you're going to have multiple touches. So it's on cold traffic campaigns, the canvas prints are not easy. On warm traffic campaigns, they're a lot easier, meaning you have to get people looking at it and then you have to retarget the crap out of them to get them to buy it. So they do work, and they work really well in an email sequence. Okay. So if you want to see some examples, I pulled these off the Gear Bubble site. These aren't mine, and if I outed somebody, I'm sorry, but everybody's seen these. Well, I think a lot of people have seen these. Here's a good example of a wife necklace. So it just says to my wife, love you then, love you still, always have, always will. Then the ring's in the middle, and it's on a gold one. Awesome pricing, $34.95. Okay, so that means that this guy sold 11,406. Again, not mine. I just pulled it off the site. But the profit margin, if I spelled that right, it would have been better. For one sale is $27. So if you take that times 27, that means that this necklace produced $307,962. So even if the guy or girl, I don't know who it is, spent half on Facebook ads, then their profit is $153,981. That's not too shabby for one necklace, okay? Not too shabby at all. I've got some that are close to this, but I'm not going to show mine because they will be immediately copied. And by the way, don't copy this one either. So that's a necklace, an example. What I really like is the gift angle, because the gift angle works very well, and the gift angle tied in with Christmas works very, very, very well because people need to buy presents for other people, which is why this is prime time to do the gift angle on these necklaces and coffee mugs. And even if you can do it, if you can spin it right, onto a hoodie. Okay, so hoodies tend to be more funny things, and necklaces are more emotional. And if it can draw almost a teary-eyed reaction, it's best. Okay, and here's another one. Another coffee mug. Again, the wife niche. You guys have probably seen the ad for this. This is a color changing one. So he priced that $19.95, sold almost 15,000 of these things. The profit margin when you price a color changing mug, which means you fill it up with hot water and then it goes from black to reveal this. So a neat little gimmick. At $19.95, again, I spelled profit margin wrong. So it's a $10 profit margin. I don't like that for Facebook ads, but I don't know if this is being used deeper down in a funnel or an email sequence or something. There's a lot of people have copied this mug too, and that's not cool. Don't copy it direct. Do your own spin on it. So even if you spend half, that's still 71,000 on a freaking coffee mug. That's crazy, right? So people are making money, okay? And did you know that you can too? There's guys on this call right now that are making really, really good money that I already know. So here's two more people succeeding. This is a one from my group. So this guy just saying it works. This is a beginner. My first sale today. These strategies work. It's from an intermediate campaign, so I'd recommend those for sure. I did test and do the beginner campaign on the same ad, which built up social proof. Thanks, Will, for your wisdom. Awesome. And then this guy got my first 2 sales from the process, ready to scale. I just love these messages. They're awesome. So why am I showing you these people who took my last course? What the heck does that have to do with anything? Well, it's to put you in the right mindset. I want you to see that people are doing this, and I almost want to ignite that competitor gene in you, or that competitor that just lights a fire under you and goes, well, what the hell? If these guys are all doing it, why can't I do it? And you can do it, and that's a good question to ask. And the answer is, go for it. The reason why most people can't do it is because they stop themselves. Your biggest enemy is between your ears. So anyone can do this. Do you think you can? You better say yes, because if you say no, then you might as well just get off the call now, because everybody on here can do this. I guarantee it. So now you've got a product. Now how to sell it? What do you do? Okay. Well, sorry, you don't have a product. You need 2 things. You need a product and you need a way to promote the thing. But I don't have a product. Okay. Awesome. All you need is an idea. And I'm going to show you something live here in a second about how easy this is, okay? You can do a design yourself, or you can outsource it for cheap. I do mine using Photoshop. I also outsource to Fiverr. Do you want to see me do a product right now live? Give me a 1 if you want to see it. Okay. Your wish is my command. Let me scroll over my nice little Photoshop. Make sure you guys can see that okay. So I've got a blank canvas, and what the heck do I do? Well, I want to do a necklace. So let's see how fast or how easily we can do a necklace. Now, I got an old version of Photoshop. You can also use a program called GIMP if you want, but I'm just going to show you this. So I want to do a necklace, so I need to start with a black background. I'm going to whip through this pretty quick. But if you guys want, you can see this. I'm going to put a replay up, so if you're like, well, what do you do there? What do you do there? I don't remember. Then I'll show you later. So I've got first things first, I got my dividers up here. And oops, this came up on the wrong screen. So I need to put some markers in here at 50%. So I'm going to drag this down to about 50 right there. I'm going to drag this over to 50. So all I'm doing is like cutting my screen into quarters, so I have a center point to work with. And then I'll select this tool and I'll go to a shape. I'll put my fill as black, make sure my settings here are a circle from the center, and this is going to be my background for my necklace. So I'm going to do a round necklace. Okay, and then when I hit my move tool, I can make sure I center this, just using my little arrow keys. If you're on a Mac, I apologize, I don't think you have arrow keys. So that's my background. Very simple, right? Now, I need to put some text on here. So what the heck? I want to put them in a circle. I want to put some text around a circle. So how do you do that? The great mystery is going to be solved for you. You select your ellipse tool, and we did a shape before, but we're going to do a path this time. And again, our settings are from the center and a circle. So all I'm going to do is select the middle here, or close to, and drag it out. Almost, not quite to the end. And there's my path. So now if I want to put text on a path, I select my text tool, and I go right here, and then I start typing. So what am I going to type? I got it on my other screen over here. Okay, so let's say we're typing something like this. To my wife, Mary Christmas. And what should we say to our wife? Oh, I know. Wives love to hear this. I love you more. Oh, more. Let's say more every year. Cool. Uh-oh, it's gray. So what do we do? Well, we can change that color very simply. Select the text tool, take that little box, opens up our, I got like 3 monitors going here, so I'll drag this over. Let's make it white. Cool. Now I don't like that size though. It's a little too small. So let's go a little bit bigger. So I just change the size. That's pretty good. And now, you know what? I want to put a little circle around the outside too. So I've got some text in a circle. Now I want to do a little, like a little band. A little, I don't know what you call it. Well, a circle, pretty much. So let's go here. Let's select white and then 1 point. And like I said, I see some questions coming in, but if you guys do have questions, just watch the replay of this and you'll see me do this. Because I get questions on how to do these all the time. There, that's cool. Awesome. So now I want to make sure that this is centered. So I just go here and then just move it with my arrow keys. And same with the text, I want to make sure that's centered so it looks right. There we go. And now I want to put something in the middle here. So let's put something, oh, here we go. How about we put this? I love you. Oh, well, that's cool. Where'd you get that? Well, I bought it from a site. I literally did. So copy it, go back to my design, do a new layer. Let's put that puppy right in the middle. I feel kind of like Bob Ross right now, where we're painting trees. So let's extend this out, make it look pretty. Like so. And did you see, so what do we have now? And I could make adjustments to this, of course, if I wanted to. Apply. Guess what I just did? I just did a design. And how long did that take me? Not very long at all. Okay, so I'm going to save this. I'm going to do File, Save As, and then, oop, it popped up in my other window. So I'm going to save it as Design. And then if you guys are on a different version of Photoshop or GIMP, you have to just save it as a PNG file. For me, it's saved to web. For others that I've coached, I've actually seen where it says export as PNG, so it's different. So I'm going to save that because I need a PNG file in order to use it with my print-on-demand company. So there you go. I did a design. I did it live on a webinar for you. How cool is that? So if you guys are telling me that you can't do your own designs, I call shenanigans. You could do your own designs if you really wanted to. Guess how I learned to do all this? I went to YouTube and I typed in how to do text in a circle. And then I typed in how to do, how to center or how to create a center point on your image and stuff like that. That's all I did. I used YouTube. There's a million friggin' tutorials on Photoshop. You can use another program called GIMP. You get the same result. So that's it. My thing's ready. Like I could sell this. I'm positive I could sell this. So the product is made. Now what the heck do I do? I've got a product, but I need to upload it to a print-on-demand company. Why not use my favorite, GearBubble? If you can go to gearbubble.com or you can use that's an affiliate link just so you don't cry. ppc-coach.com/gearbubble. Sign up for one. If you don't have one, you want to see me upload a product? And I swear, this is all I'll do. Give me a 1 if you want to see me upload a product. Give me a 2 if you don't want to see me upload a product. Oh, one's... I'm just waiting for a 2 in the chat box. Okay, awesome. All right, I'm going to upload it. This is my favorite little company, GearBubble. Not little, they're actually huge. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to launch a campaign. So I've logged into my dashboard. This is not my primary account, obviously, because I'm not going to show you my primary stuff. This is one that I'm using for the course, and I've used it for other courses too. So you go in here, click Launch Campaign, Traditional. Remember that screen where we saw this? Oh, there we go. There's a necklace. Next step, upload graphic. Oh, there she is. Sweet. Just pull that out a little bit. If you notice it might not be centering right, then just click on the snap to center and uncheck it. So then you can move it around a little. That way when you pull it out a bit, it's centered equally around. Now when I do this style, I always price it at $27.95. And I know ever since I started doing courses on Gear Bubble, people have been undercutting me on necklaces left, right, and center. But whatever, teach his own. You get a $20 profit per sale on this. So every time I sell one of these, I make $20. Now I have to subtract my ad cost from that. But even if it costs me, I don't know, $10, that means I make $10. If it costs me $15 to get a sale on Facebook, that means I still pocket $5 on every sale. So if I can do 100 sales a day, that's $500 in my pocket. And that $15 to produce 20 is not even, it's what, 25% ROI? That's totally achievable. That's just off the top of my head. I could be wrong. So then we go to campaign title. Simply this, we could say, Merry Christmas to my wife necklace. And down here, I always like to put a question. Would your wife love this? Yes, she would. And that's why you should get her one right now. Share this on Facebook with her and tell her it is on its way. Get yours now. There we go. And I'll just remove the bold. And now, a couple other settings. I can do a category if I want, don't have to. I can do a tag if I want, don't have to. But down here, I want to always end my campaigns at 10 o'clock. And I am moving quickly. I do see some questions coming in. But this is the basic setup. So these are one-day campaigns. They'll recycle all the time. They're evergreen. So the countdown timer will stop at 10, and then it'll reset right to another 24 hours for us. So the next production run is daily. The reason we do one-day campaigns is so that we can make withdrawals from Gear Bubble every single day, which is awesome. So here, I'm going to put this, try this, Sea Wife for like Christmas wife. There's my price. Evergreen, you always want to leave it on that. I click that, I click launch. And guess what I just did? I just launched a campaign. So, see how easy that was? Now there's more settings I have to do. I have to do an upsell, my pixel, all that stuff, but I'm not going to do that on this because we're on a live webinar. So there it is. If I want to see it, there it is. Now I do have to attach my pixel, and I do have to attach my autoresponder, and I do have to do my upsell, but that is not what I'm doing on this webinar. So I do know there are more steps to it. I just wanted to demonstrate how easy and how quick it is to get a product up on Gear Bubble. And I did this live. That's a lot of pressure. I could have screwed that up big time, but I didn't. The reason I didn't is because I've done this a million freaking times. So it's easy for me. So there's my neck. You know what? I do think I'm going to try and sell this because I like it. It's just something that I just literally did today, but I'm going to test it out. I'm going to test this, see if I can get some sales on it, because simple works. Okay, you don't have to get all fancy with this stuff ever. And I do run my tests on Facebook, so I will run a test ad for that necklace, see if people like it. If they like it, then I'll actually launch a full-blown ad campaign for it. Okay, was that awesome? I think it was. So now you've got a product. Okay, now we need to promote it. Now this is where kind of people stumble quite a bit, because if you've looked at the Facebook ad dashboard lately, it almost looks like you're launching a friggin' rocket ship, because there's so many toggles and switches, and my God, like if I think back to when I started on it, and it was a lot simpler than it is now, and I'm not trying to scare you guys, but man, there's a lot to learn. So Facebook ads are my favorite by far. I will say on a sidebar, I'm getting back into Google Display Network, and I'm trying to get into YouTube ads at the moment, but I'm just not having much traction yet. So you want to promote your product with Facebook ads. So we got the product, design done, product done. We got to get eyeballs on that thing now. So how do we do that? Well, that part is a tad more involved. Setting up ads is an art and a science. Okay, it's not easy the first time you do it. When you go in there, like, and you look, I even coach people one-on-one, and when they're brand new, I have to take myself back to when I was brand new and go, yeah, I would be overwhelmed too if I looked at this because, like, okay, so I got a campaign tab, an ad set tab, an ad tab. What do I fill in here? Like every single box, there's like 50 boxes on each tab. I don't know what to do. Well, I do, but I can see why it's difficult. So it's just like anything, though, right? With some help, do you think you could do it? Of course you could. So I hope you saw what I did there. Um, okay. Anyway, just so you know how to sell, let's look at the last part of the webinar now. Okay, so we've shown you what to sell, how to sell, and now let's look at number 3, how to ensure success. And this is where that would be a wonderful thing if we can ensure success on every single thing we launch. But the truth is, not everything works, okay, at all. So I've sold a lot of courses over the years. This was my GB course, and I honestly, I underpriced this. People were buying it for $47 each, and I cringed when I did that because I put so much time and effort into that. And it did a good revenue, but you know, some of that went to affiliates too. So it was, yeah, sure, I got 1,220 sales, but man, I should have priced that at like at least $1,000 or at least $500 for that course because it was a monster. It took me like forever to put together too. Anyway, that's not the point. The point is I noticed something. I sold that course, over 1,200 people bought it. Not everyone took action. Okay, and I should, something funny, sidebar, 6 people bought the course twice. That made me sad. That made me very, very sad. Okay, I almost wanted to cry because I'm like, are you kidding me? You bought the course in August. I promoted it again in like a couple months later, and you bought it again. Like, to me, what it means is they bought it, they were all gung ho, and then they went, nope, not doing a thing. I'll just put that on my shelf, let it collect dust, and not take any action. And that literally makes me like sad. It makes me so sad. And I'm like, come on, don't buy a course twice. Buy it once and do it. I know that happens. Lots of people buy things, but they never do them. And I swear to God, it's 6. I know somebody said that's ridiculous. 6 people bought it twice. Yeah, they did. That's how crazy this is. That's why I think something like a boot camp is a little bit more powerful because there's accountability and there's somebody like basically cracking the whip and saying, hey, here's what you got to do. Here's how you do it. Now, did you do it? Because the now did you do it part is the hard part. So why and what can I do to change this? Well, I know when I started, I found a mentor, okay, and he showed me the ropes. But most importantly, like this is the most important part. The technical side can be learned. The design side can be learned. The whole system can be learned. But if you don't have anybody holding you accountable, you're probably not going to succeed. Okay, there's very few that can go out on their own as lone wolves and make it work because they just have an internal drive or their back's against the wall or something is desperate in their life situation that they have to make it work. But the bulk of the population will buy something and look at it, maybe look at 1 or 2 videos, and they go, that's a lot of work. I don't want to do that. I don't want to change my life. I'm not going to bother with that. But when I found my mentor, he was like, okay, so here's what you have to do. And I'm like, cool. Oh, yeah, I can do that. He's like, okay, now do it. And then the next day he's like, did you do it? And I was like, well, I didn't do it because I had to take the kids to school and then blah, blah, blah. And I had to go work out and all this stuff. And he's like, well, that's a good excuse. So tomorrow when I say, did you do it? What are you going to tell me? Are you going to give me another excuse or did you actually do what I told you to do? And I was like, man, you're a hard ass. And he's like, yeah, I'm a hard ass for a reason. I want you to do it because I know it works. So I'm going to ask you every day, did you do it? Did you do it? What did you do? Did you do it? And after a while, I was like, I got into a habit. It takes 3 weeks to form a habit. I think it's 3. I got into the habit of just doing it. Instead of arguing with the guy and giving him stupid excuses, I just did it. And I succeeded. Accountability. It's a huge deal. I wish this wasn't so pixely, but Rob Burgundy says it, so it's got to be true. Accountability is key. Okay, but it's not the only way to ensure success. It is the key way to ensure success, but it's not the only way. The second part is someone needs to show you. Okay, otherwise, how do you know what to do? I had someone show me, then I applied all my paid traffic knowledge to Facebook ads, and I kicked butt. But it's like anything in life. You learn first from people who know how. That's how you learn this stuff. There's things we learn from others. Okay, how to walk, how to speak, how to ride a bike, how to play any sport. I remember when I first played golf, I went out with my dad and I was, I think, 8 or 9 years old. And he took me, he was a member of a country club, and he took me out on the cart and he said, oh no, that's my caddy. So I didn't have to pay. I was just going with him. And then we got to like the third hole and he's like, dropped a ball and handed me his club. He's like, okay, hit it. And I tried and I was like, I hit the ground. I took the biggest divot in the world. And I was like, this sucks. I hate this. And he's like, no, no, no. Okay, now here's what you did. And then he showed me. And then I dropped another ball. He's like, okay, now keep your head down, but don't swing to the ground. Swing through the ball and don't look up and do this, this, is this. Hold it this way and swing it this way. And I hit it. And I was hooked for life. Now I love golf. I love it because somebody showed me the right way to do it. Driving a car, your job, parenting. Okay, that's things we learn from others. We learn from our parents. I try to take only the good stuff from my parents, not the bad stuff, and a million other things. There's just a million. Tiger Woods has a swing coach. He used to be the best golfer in the world, but now he's struggling big time. I think he's got physical problems and mental problems now because that divorce really took a toll on him, but it was his own fault. Anyway, the greatest golfer in the world has somebody showing him how to swing. And that was a pun, by the way, but that's crazy to me. Okay, LeBron James has a shooting coach. He is the best all-around basketball player on the planet. There's nobody better all around, okay? And he's got a guy teaching him how to shoot the basketball, which blows my mind. He's got kind of an ugly shot too, but it goes in. Name a sport. Every single one has coaches. There's a reason. Coaches are vital to success. Mark Zuckerberg, rumor has it, he went to a CEO coach. Kid was 19 when he started this place, Facebook. He didn't know what he was doing, so he got a coach. And the coach showed him. The best coach ever was Yoda. The guy taught Luke Skywalker. And December 15th, there's going to be a movie. And guess where I'm going to be on December 15th? At that movie theater watching the brand new one. But anyway, he didn't learn the ways of the Force alone. Yoda had to teach him. You can't just become a Jedi because you feel like it. You have to have another Jedi show you how to become a Jedi. Much to learn you still have, right? What if there was someone who could help you learn? Okay, there's a hint. What if there was a way to be held accountable? Would that help you? So let me ask you a question. I don't like to keep people long, as you know, and I'm not going to. But are you enjoying the webinar so far? Do you think this stuff can work for you? So here's what we've covered. What to sell, and how to ensure success. Let me ask you another question though. Do you want to take it to the next level? Put I'm ready in the chat box now, if you do. And this is where I close my eyes before I look at it, because there's one time I put that and I had crickets. Well, you guys are awesome because there's a lot of I'm ready in there. Sweet. That's why I love you guys. Okay. Introducing the PPC Coach Christmas Bootcamp. The info and methods that I've shown today only scratch the surface, not even a dent, to be honest. So the bootcamp is all about showing you what to do, but even more importantly than the technical side is this part, holding you accountable. I'm going to ask you if you did it daily. I'm going to bug you. You're going to hate me in the start. You're going to be like, leave me alone. Too bad. I know my courses work. I know my systems work as long as they're done. If you don't do them, then I'm going to bug you. I'm just going to say, did you do it? Did you do it? Did you do it? What's your excuse today? Did you do it? Because you can make time for anything. You need to make time to succeed in your life with this, okay? What is it though? So let me clarify first. This is for anyone who wants to sell products using Facebook ads successfully. I use GearBubble. You can certainly do a Shopify store if you want. You can use GearBubble Pro if you want. That's up to you, okay? You can pay for the bootcamp with one successful campaign easily, pay for it several times over. Guys like my buddy Albert, they're kicking butt because they're taking action. So let me show you this, and I hope you can hear this. I'm going to play it. Just give me a 1 if you can hear this, okay? Oops, let me go back. Oh, I messed that up. Press the wrong button. Okay, pretend my screen's not showing like this right now. Where are we here? Yeah, you can tell we're live, right? Here we go. Ah, crap. Okay, so some people are saying they couldn't hear the video. So you'll see it on the replay then. Okay, what he said. It's basically just Albert's been a one-on-one guy for me, and he's just saying how it's helped him. So that's the basic gist. I apologize if you didn't hear the video. It says it's picking up computer audio, but I can hear it on my end. But if you couldn't hear it on yours, I apologize for that. You'll see it on the replay anyway. So back to what you're going to get. The PPC Coach Christmas Bootcamp. This is 3 live webinars. So you know how you saw me create the design and you saw me upload it to GearBubble? Well, the other live stuff is me actually doing the Facebook ad stuff over my shoulder. So you watch me on Facebook creating campaigns. I show you methods. I show you techniques. I tell you why I'm doing them, and then I get you to do them. So each webinar is over the shoulder. Okay, you watch me do it, then you apply what I did to your own products and campaigns. So that's wonderful. I put that at like probably 1,997. I also threw in some bonuses. Okay, but first, the key is like we all have disposable income. You need to take some and invest in yourself to speed up your learning curve. Think of how often you go out for dinner, how often you go to the movies, and what do you spend on that. If you took a little piece of that disposable and put it into an asset like a boot camp instead of food, or not food that you need, but like food that you don't need, like going to a steakhouse and spending $200. You don't need to do that, but we do it because it benefits us because we like steak. So everyone needs a little hand holding, and that's what the first bonus is all about. It's the private mastermind. So that's a Facebook group. That's where everybody's going to meet and go, and I put that at about a $1,997 value. It's set up right now. It exists. When people purchase, they add themselves to it, and then everything else is tied in. So yeah, it's as valuable as the webinars because private mastermind groups are invaluable. When you have a good group of people and a bunch of them, and they're all asking questions and helping each other, motivating and holding each other accountable, it's really good. I want people to use that group as like a daily journal almost, to say like, what did you do today? You don't have to give away your products, but what action did you take today towards your goal? Okay, if you only got that, would it be worth it? Sure it would. So that's what you're going to get. Just first summary, the webinars and the mastermind group. So that's about just shy of $4,000 in value. Now I have another bonus for you, but first the question: what's the difference between time and money? Okay, you always know how much money you have, but you don't know how much time you have. So you should always value your time over money. Money replenishes. Okay, if you have a 9 to 5, you get paid every 2 weeks or every week. So every 2 weeks, there's another check going into your bank account. If you're an entrepreneur like me, you don't know where the next paycheck's coming from, because if your campaigns tank or your products tank, you're up shit's creek, basically. So the 9 to 5 guys, in that way, I'm jealous because I know you guys have a consistent income. My wife's a teacher, and for her, it's like, well, I'm going to budget this amount for this and this amount for this and this amount for this. And I know that every 2 weeks I have this paycheck coming in, so I can allocate it like this. And she tries to apply that to me, and I'm like, you know what? I might have an awesome week 1 week, and the next week might be down. And then next week might be better. Like, I'm on a roller coaster because I'm an entrepreneur. It doesn't go that way. Money replenishes, but not on the same schedule. But regardless, entrepreneur 9 to 5, time does not replenish. That last minute that I took just saying that sentence is gone forever, whereas money can come back. The good part is you can trade one for the other. But back to the bonuses. So bonus number 2, remember I said I'm going to ask you if you did it? Well, there's 21 days of emails that are going to go out to you, okay? And I'm also going to post this in the group, but it's going to be motivational, accountability, and instructional emails sent to your inbox. So, hey, here's what you need to do. And then it'll be, did you do it? And then I'm probably going to put together a list of excuses that I hear. And maybe the best excuse, I'll offer a prize or something, because there's some doozies I've heard over the years. But excuses are like belly buttons. Everybody's got one, and they're useless. Okay? So, one more bonus, how-to videos. Because everybody needs to start somewhere, and everybody's at a different level. So instead of making this a course, like a whole course of everything, I put in 12 kind of foundation videos in there in the group, and they're in there right now. You can view them. But there's going to be more added, and I do take requests. So if you want to see something, I can shoot a video and I can post it to the document in the group, and then you just click it, and it's all on Facebook. This is the first boot camp that I've done that's 100% on Facebook in the group. So the videos are in the group, the accountability is in the group is in the group, everybody's in there. So you've got two choices now. You can do nothing. Don't take this leap of faith, which is risk-free, by the way. Go back to doing whatever you were about to spend your time doing with me today, or pony up a small amount of money. I love that word, pony up. I've never really used it before until I got into webinars. But anyway, compared to what you'll spend on your own learning the systems through trial and error, not to mention all the value you're getting and accountability. So it's almost decision time. I'm getting there, don't worry. What you're going to get is this, the webinars, the mastermind, 21 days of emails, okay, which actually took me a long time to write too, and how-to videos. So total value about $5,488. Now, the two types of people, there's Lazy Larry, Take Action Ted. I should put in there buy courses twice, Bob, too, because there's a lot of those people too. But I love this guy, Fist Pump Champion. I still want to make that shirt. I haven't made it yet. This guy's ready to rock and roll. He takes action. He does it. This guy just wants to play his Wii and eat Cheetos. So good on him, but he's not really going to go anywhere further than that couch. Information alone will not help you. Taking action on the information will, though. Accountability will also help you tremendously. So I put together a package today that will over-deliver on value for you. So it's on you now. Do you want money? Or do you want excuses? Or do you want both? I can lead a horse to water, but I can't make him drink, no matter what. I could stand on your head and try and force you into that bucket of water, and I still can't make you do it. You have to want to do it, okay? Everybody's got excuses all the time. I've heard some doozies, and most of them are baloney. Some of them are legit, like health stuff and stuff happens with family, but other than that, excuses are just not, I don't buy most of them. So option number one is money. Get the boot camp, be accountable, get help, succeed faster. Option two is excuses. Tell yourself why you can't instead of why you can. Well, I can't do that. It's too late. It's too close to Christmas. I don't understand this. I can't do that. Facebook has confused me. I don't have the budget. Yep. Excuse. They happen. So, but is there a guarantee? Yeah, you're going to die and you're going to pay taxes. That's guarantees in life. I've got a 30-day guarantee, but I've got one condition on it. You have to prove to me you took action. Remember, I've been harping on action this whole time. Just show me you took action and tried. That's all I ask. I want to force you to take action. That's my one condition. Okay? So here's what you're going to get. Again, the value's there, $5,488. The webinar, mastermind, emails, videos. If all this did was give you 24-hour access to a group of people like you ready to help with your products and Facebook ads, would it be worth it? If all it did was show you the exact steps over the shoulder live training on 3 webinars, would that be worth it? If all it did was save you thousands of dollars and try to learn this all on your own, would that be worth it? So you get all that, okay? Plus all the bonuses. That's the value. And then I have my 2 choices, right? I can sell it cheap so everyone can get it, or I can charge more, selling to less people, so I'm able to give those people much more attention. I chose option 2, okay? You can see why this is a good deal at that price, $5,488. I'm going to sell it to the general public $997. You guys, though, showed up on the webinar, so you're special. So I'm going to do a $497 bootcamp. Okay, you can go there right now, ppccoach.com/bootcamp. No discount code. It's already set in there. It's 50% off. Okay, the general public price is $997. You can get it for that. I hope that form works. It's ClickFunnels. It's secure, but I hope I set it up right to get you automatically added to the webinars and the email list. If there's any issues, I'll fix it, but it should work. So it's a red pill or blue pill time. I put this in every webinar because I love it. From the Matrix, take the blue pill, story ends, you wake up in your bed, believe whatever you want to believe. You take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland, I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. So, of course, Neo takes a red pill. So you can get started, go there. If you have questions, okay, post them in the group too. I'm going to answer, I see a bunch in here, so I'm going to go through those. Let's get started. Okay, let's jump on this. The webinar, the first live one is Wednesday at I think it's 10 o'clock a.m. And I put it during the day for my own reasons because I've got 5 kids, and when they're running around at night, it's very difficult to do a webinar. So I put them there, but there will be replays in there too. Okay, and you can ask me questions in the group at any time as well. So you do get full access to me. You're basically buying my time. more than anything, along with training. So what's the difference between now and later? Now you might be struggling. Later you won't be. Very simple, right? So dive in there. If there's other questions, email me, ppccoach@gmail.com. Here's a couple common ones I see all the time before I get into these other ones on the chat. So what if I've never created a Facebook ad before? Awesome. I don't have to retrain you. You can start fresh. You don't have any bad habits. Okay, that's good. What if I don't learn anything new? You will. Okay, a lot of this stuff I haven't shown before. I'm always experimenting with new techniques, new methods. I'm always trying to stay on top of the latest trends. How is it delivered? 3 live webinars, okay, Facebook group, how-to videos, and emails delivered to your. So there's a lot of different angles that I'm delivering this. The group is kind of like the home base. That's where the videos are. The emails go to your inbox. And the 3 live webinars, that's on GoToWebinar, just like this one. But when you do sign up, you're automatically added to the webinars. You're automatically added to the email list. And then all you have to do is request access to the group. So on the thank you page, it'll show you the little button that you press for that. So is it live or can I access it whenever I want? It's a hybrid. There's 3 live webinars, which are then posted to the group along with the videos. So it's a combination of both, live and access whenever you want. Will it work for e-commerce? Yeah, of course. When I hear e-commerce, I think Shopify, and I think like drop shipping stuff from AliExpress. So that's what I consider it. Print on demand is what I do. That's more like GearBubble. Yeah, you can do it with Shopify. Yes, you can do it with GearBubble Pro as well. GearBubble Pro is just having your own domain and your own store, really, on GearBubble. It's the exact same back end, except for the dashboard. It looks a little bit different. Do I get lifetime access? Yes, you do. But this is a 21-day boot camp. So you get my undivided attention for 21 days. Okay. Is it right for you? Of course. If you want to sell during the absolutely best time of the year, it's right for you. Is it too late? I had a couple of people email me and say, well, we can't do this now because it's too late. And I'm like, no, never too late. Don't miss this. Christmas run up and a little bit after are awesome. You want to get a lot of products up tested now so that you have at least 10 going. Okay. You can also go to my free group to get questions answered. So I'm going to leave that on there. And now I'm going to go to a couple questions on here. Man, holy cow. Awesome. You guys have a lot. Good. So I'm going to go through some questions in the chat box. If you have any, put them in there. Can I apply this without having done the GB course? Absolutely, you can. Okay. The course is awesome, but you don't need it because you got me. And those 12 foundation videos I have in there will get you covered, get you up to speed. And then the webinars are where I show you the techniques to use with Facebook. Okay. So you don't need the course, although it is a really good course. Getting ready to retire and considering full timing for half a year in the 5th wheel. Want a business I can take with me. That's awesome, Myron. I love that. The 5th wheel, those are so cool. My father-in-law had one, and he actually traded it in because he found it was a little bit windy. I don't know if you find that too, but it's like a big sail going down the highway. But they're so comfortable. I think it's worth the trade-off. So if I can make 20K from Christmas, I'll send you a video of this fat kid doing backflips. All right, challenge accepted, Dave. Oh, that is the best. All right, so Dave says if he can make 20K from Christmas, he's going to send me a video of a fat kid doing of this fat kid doing a backflip. Awesome. I've always wanted to do a backflip, but I'm 6'5" and like 250 pounds, so I can't do it. I'm probably more than 250. I say 250 because that makes me feel better. So do you sell on GearBubble regular or do you have the Pro store? I have both. So this stuff that I'm going to show is on the regular. I might maybe I'll throw in a bonus on the store, but they're the same thing. It's just one has a domain name of your own. The other is GearBubble's domain. So if you're trying to build a brand, you can do it. Wondering how you do the upsell without a store. I will show you that. It's very simple. It's a little button in the settings. So question for later, how do you feel about doing print on demand in Q1 to Q3? I've heard that profits tank outside of Q4. They are a lot lower. Like, I'll be honest with you, the summertime is crap for selling stuff online. It's just not good. It's the slowest time of the year. So right now we're in kind of prime time, and sometimes it goes through to like February. And then, so what you want to do is make all your money now, put a lot of savings in the bank, and then run stuff during the summer too. But you're not going to make as much in the summer, honestly, as you are right now. So I do it year round, but I've been doing this for so long that I've seen this time and time again. So that backflip, that's awesome. I love that backflip thing. Do you use any other print-on-demand company other than Gear Bubble? I used to use Teespring. I still use them once in a while. And I use Represent. I used to use them a lot. Now, I don't use Represent now because when you make a listing on their site, they put people have also buyed, and then they put 4 products from other people under your paid traffic listing. And I've complained to them. And they said, oh, well, we can take that off your listing. And then just every time you do a listing, just email us and we'll remove it. I'm like, well, that's a lot of hassle. I'm not sending my paid traffic to my product and then showing 4 other products from somebody else that I don't even get a piece of. No thanks. So I don't use Represent anymore. I tried Teach It back in the day, and they actually destroyed several of my Facebook pages because they didn't deliver for like 6 months on the product. I don't know if they fixed it now. I haven't really gone back to them ever because they have such a bad reputation. There's also a company, Printful, which is good, but you need a Shopify store to use them. Custom CAD is good, but you need a Shopify store to use them. So they're not really print on demand. So print on demand wise, I think Teespring is a choice. Gear Bubble is my number 1 choice by far. How can you do a text in a circle on GIMP? Yes, you can, and that's where you need to go to YouTube and type in text in a circle on GIMP, and you'll get a ton of tutorials. So here's another question. Do you have or recommend using either a Shopify or Gear Bubble Pro website, or do you just market using the free Gear Bubble site? I do the free one a lot, and I also have the Gear Bubble Pro one for my brand stuff. So if you want to build a brand, use Gear Bubble Pro, because then you can actually have your own domain, which is the biggest benefit by far. Okay, so people, like, say you have a page like I love dogs, and then your store is ilovedogs.com. It just matches up nicer. And then later on, if you get that store built up, you can flip it too. So that's a good thing. Can you show how you test on Facebook? I do, and the video is actually in the group right now. Okay. If I'm late, it's being recorded. Yes, it's being recorded. Cool. I'd like to see the case study. Yeah, I've got lots of those. When you get a chance, can you post your link for a Gear Bubble account? Thanks. Okay, it's ppc-coach.com/gearbubble. That's my link, but you can also just go to gearbubble.com. It's up for you. Up to you, not for you. Will there be a replay? Yes, there will be. Yeah, there's some people around the world that are up pretty late. Ready. You jumped over the most important part, starting the promotion on Facebook. It is an important part, but I would say your product matters the most, because you could have a crappy product and the most advanced Facebook ad skills in the world, and you're not going to sell a thing. Your product matters more than your Facebook ad. So you could have the greatest, most in-demand product in the world, and you could really stink at Facebook ads and you still make a killing. So yeah, I didn't show Facebook because that's kind of what the whole bootcamp is about. There's a lot of different methods. There's a lot of different switches. There's a lot of different toggles. There's a lot of everything that would take basically another 10 hours to go through probably. So I'm wondering, how can I take advantage of the fourth quarter this late in the year? We're in the fourth quarter. This is when you do it. Why wait? Are you going to wait till next year? So to me, Karen, that's an excuse. Okay, sorry. But we're in prime time. This is when you do it. You don't wait. You don't sit on the sideline while everybody else is making money. Will you be showing your system for scaling Facebook ads? Yep, I will. And then there's a screw up with the testimonial that I blew. Sorry about that. So, does your Christmas bootcamp differ from your last Facebook training? Well, it differs in that it's a bootcamp. So, and it's focused on Gear Bubble and, well, not Gear Bubble, but print on demand and physical products. Whereas my last one, I was trying to venture out into more of the funnel world for like businesses and all that. And it was a tough sell because people didn't understand what I was offering more than anything. But this is like my bread and butter stuff that I do. So can you get this going by Black Friday? Scaling Facebook ads is where I've floundered. You can do anything you put your mind to. Sure you can. Why not? Black Friday is like a week away, 6 days away. Will you want to turn Lazy Larry to Ted? Yes, of course. Lazy Larry here, gonna do it, man. Okay, is this for people who've already got campaigns going or for people yet to take any action? It is for both people who have campaigns going and new people too. Okay. There's another question. Is that 12 videos the same as the GB course? No, they're new. I shot them brand new. I'm not going to take videos from one course and dump them in another one. RIP fat kid. Oh man, that backflip, I love that. Awesome. Okay, holy crap, this is a long question. Okay, wow, this is a long one. Morning. Okay, Edward, I'm reading it now. You must be good. Here's my question. I understand Facebook ad conversion is very poor compared to search or display. I disagree, but based on my experience in Facebook ad, the first to fourth day's campaign is effective, but after that it keeps going down and I have to keep coming up with new ads to make it work. Are you having the same experience? It depends on what style you're doing. If you're running low budget, like very low budget, then sometimes it'll come out of the gate really well and then it'll start floundering. So that's where you need to add in big budget on top of your low budget stuff to make it work. So you need a combination. Facebook does want to see higher daily budgets to keep them going for like long term, but we can also do low daily budgets short term to find the stuff that we're going to apply the higher daily budgets to. It's like a two-step process. That's actually the first webinar is what I cover there. Will Gear Bubble ship to overseas in Asia, like Singapore, Thailand, and so on? I believe they do. I think it's worldwide. I think they use DHL for that. Will this work if you live in the UK? Oh, Ruth, no. I'm sorry. Canada, US, Australia, New Zealand, Russia, China. No, I'm kidding. Yes, of course it'll work in the US and the UK. Of course. I've got people, former students from the UK. I've got coaching clients in the UK too, and they're doing this stuff. So just purchased. I didn't get a receipt though. It should be coming. Keith, as long as you got to the thank you page, you should be good to go. Is Photoshop essential for our designs, or can Photoshop Elements do what we need? Just curious. I haven't really looked at Photoshop Elements, but I'm pretty sure it can do what you need. And it's a lot cheaper too, as far as I know. So I find private mastermind group is hardly helpful. It's like the blind leading the blind, since most who join are also learning like me. I don't understand why all the gurus give so much value to Facebook mastermind group. No offense to anyone, however, find a person in person. Mastermind groups work 1,000 times better. What are your thoughts, Will? I am the only guy in the world who's never been to a conference in my life, and it's not because I don't want to go, like in person. It's just because I've got 5 kids and I've got a wife. So leaving them for a weekend to go off and have a good time at a conference for 2 or 3 days is not something I can fit into my schedule right now without building a doghouse in the backyard and living in there permanently. So I got a New Year's resolution this year to go to at least 2 conferences in 2018 because I do see the benefit, and there's 2 I have my eye on already because I do think it works well. But I think online it can work if it's done right. If it's just kind of tacked on as an afterthought, then it's not going to work. But if it's done right, it does work. Yes, T-Chip is horrible, April. So they're still horrible. Okay, good to know. I haven't used them in months. So what are these bonus emails for? Do I have to send emails to customers? The bonus emails come from me to you, and that's basically me holding you accountable. Do I have to send emails to customers? In the 3rd webinar, I do show you a system where you do send emails to buyers of your products on autopilot. So it's a very cool way. Are you going to be one holding student accountable? If so, how are you going to do it? By automated email or phone? Yes, you're accountable via the group, and you're accountable via email from me. So I'm going to kind of tell you guys what to do, show you what to do on the live webinars, and I'm going to say, did you do it? Because that's key. So how deep are you going to teach Facebook ad strategy? Will it work for selling services rather than products? This particular bootcamp is all about products. If you want to apply it to services, that's up to you. I do have guys that are in lead gen that are using the same techniques, and they are working. So it's up to you. How deep I'll go just depends on how deep people want to go. I mean, we can run $1,000 a day ad sets if you want, $2,500 a day, but we got to get there. We can't just dive right into it. How much time a day do I need to put in to make success based on your experience as a coach? There is no definitive number there. It's the more the better, but you don't have to spend 24/7 on a computer to make it work. So the Facebook ads go to GearBubble straight or a landing page first. The way I'm going to show you is to GearBubble first. I may show you another technique where it goes to a landing page first. That's still up in the air. Okay, but for now, just it's to GearBubble from Facebook. How long will the pricing be up? Oh, so pretty much Tuesday at midnight, I'm going to close this down. And then I'm going to start on Wednesday at 10 a.m. with the first live webinar. How do you price your mugs? I do like $14.95 typically on a white mug and about $19.95 on a black mug. I don't really have any color changing ones running. But again, those mugs are posted on Amazon, eBay, and Etsy. I don't necessarily run paid traffic direct to them unless I'm using a specific technique for it. So do we have to learn to create landing pages to make this work? No, you do not. What months are worse, January or February? I think February is worse because it's kind of like the winter's almost over, and I don't know. January is way better. There's still people buying in January. And then do we have to fulfill orders? If you have GearBubble, they do the fulfillment. So you don't have to, which is awesome. That's why I like it. Whereas if you have Shopify and you're not connected through an app to a back-end system, then you're on the hook for fulfilling orders. So that's why I like GearBubble, because they handle all the heavy lifting and they let me do what I like to do. So how much of a budget should we have? Just got that one. That depends on you. I mean, you can start out with like $5 a day ads and you can get some cash flow going. They move very slowly. Or you can start a little bit more aggressive, like $25 a day ads. Or you can start with, super aggressive, like $500,000 a day. It depends on your cash flow, your situation. Everybody's different. You can start small if that's what you're asking. Then yes, you can. You'll just move slower, but that's the trade-off. Yeah, Shopify does integrate with GearBubble. And we are at the end of the questions, so that's good. I went a little bit over on time. Well, I got one more here. Okay. Where do we get good ideas to make a good design that sells? I'm horrible at designing. More of a bean counter. Oh boy. Okay, so bean counters it's hard when you're a bean counter because you want to account for every single detail. Marketing is art and science, and the science side is minimal. So you need to have the art side where you're not counting beans, So where do you find good ideas? I show you in a training. And if that's not enough, then I can show you more options. But basically the internet is your friend. Pinterest, Google, other sites, GearBubble's own site, Teespring site. You can get a lot of good ideas there. All I say is don't copy anybody directly. How is GearBubble fulfillment time? Usually, I don't know, 2 weeks, something like that. 10 business days typically. A little bit longer if it's going international. All right, Andy, cool. Sweet. Glad you're in there, Edward. All right, guys, so we are at the end. I took all the questions. My throat is starting to get sore. So I am going to, when does it end? It's 21 days for that, but you'll have access to that group forever. I'll leave the group up forever. You're just going to get my undivided attention for 21 days, 3 weeks with webinars and everything. And the key here is we're in prime time. I want to get you guys up and running in prime time because it's so much easier to make money in prime time than it is in the summer. So if I run a boot camp in the summer, which I might, it's a little bit more difficult to get sales. So your products have to be on point in order to make it work. Now there's like a little bit more leeway. You could put something up that's not the greatest and it can still profit really, really well because people are in buying mode because they're buying gifts for everybody. So if we give them gifts to buy, they're going to buy them. And that's what we're going to do. Any phone support? No. I do have one-on-one coaching available, and that is my phone support. It's on Skype, but it's a little bit more expensive than this. So, but you do get full access to me on the group, and I will be in there all the time answering questions. So the only stupid question is the one not asked. So that is it, folks. I thank you guys for coming on this wonderful cloudy Saturday morning in November. Let's kick some butt in the fourth quarter here. Let's get this going. I see a lot of guys already in there. Thank you so much. And I'm going to post a replay up in the site, and I'll also probably send out an email of the replay too. So thank you guys. You have a great weekend. Wait, is it the weekend? Yeah, it's Saturday. See, when you work at home, you don't know what day of week it is. It's Saturday. All right, we'll see ya in the group. Have a great day.